Finally, the Premier League is back, and so is one of our favorite games for a chance to win $50,000. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into another episode of Winning Bets. This is one of our free fantasy games, and it's all around the Premier League, and it's over on the NBC Sports Predictor app, where we can win $50,000. We'll look at this contest each and every single week, match week throughout the Premier League. All we got to do, all we have to do is correctly predict 5 games. You got to give them not only the result, but you also got to give them that correct score. If you can do that, you can take home $50,000. If nobody can do it, they'll still give away a guaranteed $1,000 prize to the group of people that get the most points. And that, my friends, is what we've won. 2 seasons ago, we split that prize once, and twice last season we split that prize, that $1,000 prize, of accumulating the most points. So a couple times last season we were really, really close. We love this game. We love the Premier League, love everything about this, and excited that this game has come back for another season over on the NBC Sports Predictor app. I want to enhance it. I want to make it a little bit sweeter for you guys out there. You guys noticed from playing this game that on one of the tabs there on the app there's a leagues app. You can go ahead and join a league and play amongst your friends. Well, that's exactly what I've done. I've gone ahead and created a league. I want you guys to go ahead and join that league, and in doing so, we'll run a contest in that league amongst everybody here on Winning Bets. And what we'll do is whoever each match week gets the most points will win $25. So I'll give $25 to the person who can get the most points amongst people who are in that league. Now, it's a tiered payout structure here, so it's $25, but if you have the same entry as me, so if you win, but you have the exact same entry as I do, I'll give you $30 as opposed to $25. And if you win, if you have the most points, but I beat you, instead of winning $25, you'll win $20. So either way, you're getting at least $20. Maybe you can win $25, or maybe you can even win $30. But either way, I wanted to do something cool. I wanted to hook you guys up, and I wanted to just make it a lot of fun. If there is ever a 3-way tie, if we ever have a 3-way tie, we're not going to split $25 up amongst 3 people. We'll roll that same $25 over the next week. So then that means that following week would be worth $50. So that's what we'll do right there. So as long as there's not a 3-way tie, we'll pay out the money. If there's a 3-way tie, the money will roll to the next week. And so again, it's $25 to the winner. It's $30 to the winner if they have the exact same entry as me, and it's $20 to the winner if I'm able to, if I'm able to beat them. So with that being said, guys, let's just have a lot of fun throughout this Premier League season. Let's have somebody in our league, somebody here on the Winning Bets community hit that jackpot. That would be really, really cool. We had one guy last year had a perfect entry going into the last game. Boy, I wanted to be that person, how much fun he had. He didn't ultimately win that jackpot, but just to be in that situation was really cool, and super congratulations, to that guy right there. So let's try our best this season. With that being said, it's going to be tough in week 1. I mean, let's not make any bones about it. It's going to be tough. It's week 1. You don't really know who these teams are. I mean, we know these teams, but just in terms of there's no current form to grow off of. Right, it's a new season. Just because whatever happened in the last campaign doesn't mean that same thing is going to be happening in this new campaign. So week 1, if you have a bad score, don't be discouraged. Just make sure you keep coming back each and every week. Our scores will certainly improve. And it's also tough because we really don't know which players are going to be involved. And that's one of the hardest part about this games is the entire game locks when the first game starts. So big thing about soccer is you want to see lineups. You want to know who's involved, and you don't get that through each game, during this contest. It's like I said, it locks when the first game's out. You got players coming back from Euro late. You got guys coming back from Copa America late. So yeah, the lineups could be tricky. So overall, this is just going to lend to a tough week. But either way, it's going to be super fun, and look forward to competing alongside each and every single one of you this week. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Again, it's 5 games. Correctly predict the score and the result for all 5 games, and you can go ahead and win $50,000. Let's jump on into it. The first matchup they want to go ahead and give us here is this going to be Leicester versus Wolves. Leicester and Wolves. Look, Leicester's going to be pretty confident. They just beat Manchester City in the FA Community Shield. And I know City had a B lineup. I looked at that lineup, watched the game. Yeah, it was a B lineup for City, but anytime you can beat City, the defending Premier League champions, that's going to give Leicester some confidence. Leicester played their strong lineup. So I think because they played their strong lineup in that Community Shield, you know pretty much what you're going to get in this game from Leicester's. And for Wolves, if we look at them, it's all about Raul Jimenez. But he is back. I think everybody is happy and excited to see Raul Jimenez back on the pitch. Obviously, just from a personal standpoint of the injury, that he went through last season, but just a hell of a player. I mean, the guy scores goals, and the Wolves obviously desperately missed him last season. They were running into goal droughts throughout that campaign without having Raul Jimenez. So he's back. He's on the pitch. It'll be fun to watch him. Wolves obviously have a new manager. They've got a Bruno Lag. I'm not sure how to pronounce this guy's name, but he was with Benfica last. He got sacked in June of 2020. Don't really know what his system is. Didn't watch a lot of the Portuguese league over there, so not a whole. Don't know what we're quite going to get. We know the player, so that helps right there. But you know what? Leicester's coming in confident. We know what Leicester's lineup's going to be because we just saw it against Manchester City. So I think Leicester's going to win this game at home. Go ahead and give me a Leicester win, and they'll win this game 2-1. All right, next matchup we got here is Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Look, this one for this matchup here, what about under 2.5? Chelsea up under Tommy Tuchel was the under 2.5 Kings. We talked about it on my daily sports betting show where under 2.5 had cashed 21 of 24 games at one span up under Tommy Tuchel. So perhaps maybe under 2.5 is going to carry over into this season. That's what I'll talk about when it's a little bit of uncertainty. We don't know quite what these teams are going to be in a new campaign, but that was just one hell of a trend last season. If we look at Palace, though, Palace has that nickname of being Pesky Palace. I mean, that's just what they do. They're not going to score a whole lot of goals. They're probably going to lose a lot of games, but they just hang around. If you let Palace hang around, they'll be pesky and they'll end up, getting a draw or maybe even getting a win. It's just kind of what they do in that. We know Palace lost some good talent. Then the summer transfer window, they lost Andrews Townsend. I think that was a big loss right there. I think that guy's got a lot of quality. And then they also lost Van Arnholt. He's a really good fullback right there, an attacking fullback. I like what Van Arnholt brings to the attacking side. So I think those will be two misses right there. We don't know who Lukaku's going to be playing. That's sort of what I said here about not knowing these lineups is we don't know if Lukaku is going to be playing. I would guess not. I mean, I'm going to assume he's not going to play, but you don't really know. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and lock on Chelsea winning this game. I got a 2-0. I got Chelsea winning this 2-0. I'll go ahead and go with that under 2.5. I mean, until the wheels fall off, I'll go ahead and ride under 2.5. This one, though, because it's one of the first games that locks on the app, we do get the advantage of seeing the lineups. If Lukaku somehow sneaks in that lineup, I'm going to change it to 3-0. So it's going to be 2-0 right now. If you see Lukaku, change your entry to 3-0 alongside me because I'll be riding that Chelsea shutout to a 3-0 win if they got Lukaku up in there. All right, next matchup we got here is Norwich versus Liverpool. We got newcomers, Norwich. They're back in the league. They were in the league 2 seasons ago. You guys remember the way they played? They played terrible. There's a reason they got relegated. They were sloppy. I mean, absolutely sloppy with the ball in the back. They had so many turnovers in their own third and just gave up really just cheap goals. I don't know if they've gotten that problem fixed when they were down in the championship last season, but if they want any chance of surviving the Premier League campaign this season, they cannot be playing bad up out of the back. And what worries me is you look up their squad, a lot of those guys that were in that Premier League 2 seasons ago are still on this team. So yeah, players-wise, maybe they haven't cleaned it up. Maybe hopefully a new coach or something has cleaned that up. But boy, it was just really wild to see all that sloppy play out of them. They're attacking players. They've still got Pukki and they've still got Cantwell. That's going to be their main attacking threats, going forward right there. But you look at Liverpool here, they're healthy, they're roaring, they're ready to go. Virgil van Dijk is back. Other players are healthy right there. I think Liverpool's just going to cruise to a nice, easy victory up over the newcomers here in Norwich. So go ahead and give me Liverpool 4-0. They're going to cruise. Liverpool 4-0 win is how I'm going to do this one. Next one we got here is Newcastle versus West Ham. Look, Newcastle, they were pretty impressive coming down the stretch right there. They were kind of right around that relegation zone through much of the last, let's say, 10 or so games of that campaign last season. But they showed a lot of good fight, getting points and ultimately, making it so it wasn't a sweat for them in the last couple of games. So I was impressed with that. West Ham right there, everybody knows the story from West Ham last year. Kind of just, ho-hum, average team. Go ahead into the January transfer window, pick up Jesse Lingard on loan from Manchester United, and all of a sudden their scoring took off and they were looking like a really good club. Actually, I mean they were strong, they were good on the defensive side, especially at home. I know this game's away, but at home they weren't really conceding all that many goals and they were certainly putting them in the back of the net. This one to me is really tough to figure out because we don't have any form to go off of. Just simply put, this one's really tough for me. I'm going to go give it a draw. I'll say Newcastle West Ham will play out to a 1-1 draw. All right, last game we got here is Tottenham versus Manchester City. Look, all Manchester City does is smash. I don't see that changing this season. Don't be fooled by that loss to Leicester City and that Community Cup Shield. Again, they played their bead lineup. You're not going to get the bead lineup in a real Premier League game. The Community Shield, I mean, that doesn't matter. I mean, to be quite frank, that just doesn't really matter. So yeah, he's not going to be playing some B squad up against Tottenham in the Premier League season opening command. You're gonna get the A lineup. What does that A lineup mean? It looks like it's going to be Jack Grealish. I mean, he came off the bench in that Community Shield, but you don't spend $100 million on Grealish and play him from the bench. I expect Jack Grealish to be starting in this game. It looks like going to this game, no Kevin De Bruyne, no Foden. Yeah, that's not ideal for Manchester City, but boy, they just got to. I mean, even their backup players are really, really talented right there. So yeah, I expect Jack Grealish though to be sitting in there in that probably 10 spot where maybe Kevin De Bruyne is normally sitting right there. So yeah, City will absolutely be just fine. If we look at Spurs right here, obviously they got the new manager, came over from Spurs, and Nuno Santos, so he'll be leading the Spurs attack. So if you know what Wolves did, really, really good defensive club. I would say low scoring, but to be fair, they didn't have Raul Jimenez, and that really hurt their attacking. But we know from a defense perspective, Nuno Santos is just really good on that defensive side of the ball. So expect Spurs to clean it up. They'll be better on that defensive side. It doesn't look like they're going to have Harry Kane in this game. I mean, that's big, obviously. I mean, that's golden boot, most assists last year in the Premier League. I mean, probably the best player in the Premier League. There's a reason why Manchester City wants to spend over $100 million on Harry Kane, probably the best player in the league. But it doesn't look like Harry Kane's going to play. And so I think that's absolutely massive. Spurs in the center back position, I'm worried about them this season. They have no Toby Alderweireld. He went ahead and left the club in the transfer window this summer. I don't know if Nuno Santo wants to keep playing Eric Dyer at the center back position like Jose Mourinho wanted to do, but Eric Dyer he's not a center back. He's a midfielder. He should not be in a center back position. So I'm really interested to go ahead and see what this Spurs lineup will look like up under the new manager and kind of what his favorite 11 is. Maybe it'll be skewed a little bit just because of no Harry Kane, but yeah, I'm curious to definitely see what that looks like. That being said, City won a lot of games last season, 1-0. So that's what I'll go ahead and ride here in the season over. Go ahead and give me Manchester City beating Spurs 2-0. So I'll say a nice 2-0 victory right there. All right, guys, again, don't forget to go ahead, join the league. The information to join the league is in this video description. So look in this video description, grab that league information, and go ahead and get in there. And again, submit your picks in that league, and we can all compete alongside of each other. Talk some shit on this video. Talk shit on this video, guys. Obviously you don't want to reveal your picks because you want to try to ultimately, try and win my money as well. But talk some smack. Rile it up, guys. Get fired up. Let's have a fun Premier League campaign. I absolutely, everybody knows I love soccer, so I'm excited for another Premier League season, and obviously excited for this game to come back. All right, guys, go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know that you're going to at least follow me on one of these. One of these 5 you're going to go ahead and follow me on. So hit that like button, and good luck on your picks. And we'll see you back here next week for Match Week 2. And next week is where we'll announce the winner and give the money away. And we'll always do that on the following episode. So come back next week and find out who won. And again, we'll do Match Week 2 next week. All right, guys, have a good one. That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.